Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, there's one card that is blocked now. I can't move it, but techno shaman. Do you intend to put it into A1 or maybe Shadi is looking in? Just let us know that this is probably somewhere here. So yeah, we have like 3 streams formed somehow. Feel free to add more if you see, of course. But maybe then let's go one by one and give the opportunity for everybody to present their session, and then we see about arrangement. So George, sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. Could you present your session, please?
Yeah, I've been just struggling with the Miro board to move the session in the right place. So Max, if you can move it to A1, to the square A1, that would be probably the right space for it. So what it is about is, I bet that you heard of ChatGPT. And that's an AI bot that is making the collective intellect of humankind available to various purposes. And a lot of people are going to use it for figuring out how to make money with it. And I'm interested to figuring out how to put the power of participatory artificial intelligence in service of our collective intelligence and wisdom for regenerative futures. Don't take me wrong, I am not a technologist. I never wrote any code. I am a radical sociologist and interested in the emancipatory uses of technology. And by emancipatory use, I mean everything that would defeat whatever structures, processes enslave the human heart and the human brain. So that's what I am working on, to create participatory AI processes. And I'm interested in meeting with people who are curious about this. So you don't have to be an expert, even if you're just raising questions that would help me to unfold and share what I am thinking about these matters and how we can do something about it.
Thank you so much. Then I see the next session is from Roman. Roman, can you describe it, please?
Sorry, guys, had to run and use the restroom real quick, but I was listening to George. All right, can you see me? Okay, good. So we wanted to have an open discussion about what is generally viewed as the biggest problem in Web3, which is user adoption. And how do we make it easier for people go from Web 2 to Web 3? We have some hypotheses. We don't want to jump into any solutions. We want to hear from everyone on different views on how to build this bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. The hypothesis that we want to discuss, or I want to throw light on, is instead of going solution focus, going mission focus. What are we building in Web 3? What is this world that we are creating in Web 3? And instead of connecting the bridge to blockchain, and to cryptocurrency. Instead, can we connect the bridge to that world first somehow? And then we ultimately we use blockchain and DAOs and everything to solve the issues that we will face once that bridge is being built. Again, this is only one of the hypotheses. Would love to hear from others. We've been trying to, my team and I've been thinking a lot about this for the last 2 years, and we've dug a lot deep into this. But at the same time, we may also be blindsided, so we also want to hear from everybody on what their views are. You people are really intelligent folks and also have thought quite some on this topic as well. So this is an open discussion. Would love to hear from everyone.
Thanks, Roman. Then there is a session from Federico about the interesting, surprising things on that conference.
Well, no, there was a misunderstanding. I was not proposing a session. I was curious to just pose it as a question. It was more like a hanging question I had. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I would be actually interested in participating to the session too.
Okay. Then there is a session called Trusted Seed Report Collab. So we had around, I don't know, 20, 25 sessions where some sessions presented even like whole toolboxes of frameworks, but there's also a number of interesting concepts and frameworks that we might cross-pollinate between our communities. But in order to do that, like maybe it would be not so viable to look all hours of videos, but maybe craft a nice report, and we will be interested to discuss how to do it, who might be interested to help with this, and any ideas about this report. And the next one is from Adam. I loved it from back. I think it was one of the ideas back then, but we really wanted to have this session. But maybe you can say a few words about this.
Yeah, I would just like to. I'm thinking about a YouTube video series I used to see where they would explain one concept at 5 different levels. It would start off at like a 5-year-old level, then end in a professor level or something. I interact with a lot of people that they don't even know the word Web3. They think crypto in general is a scam. So explaining refi, regen, or the trusted seed in the most simplest of terms, and how you guys have explained these things to people close to you. I would just love to have an open discussion about that and the best descriptions, metaphors, etc. I think it could be fun. Thanks.
Really cool. Yeah, then another session is on the trusted seed strategy for the next year. We recently gathered as a board and crafted some ideas, also looking to get more feedback from the community and also participation. And yeah, another one from Adam. Adam, would you like to present it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to squeeze all of your guys' brains for all the knowledge you have, all the things you've seen that have worked, that haven't worked, how that the space is in a new space right now. Maybe the things that work to build the DAO community don't work anymore. If you were going to start from today, from scratch, what tools or strategies might you use?
Cool. Then another one is from one of my...
Really quick. Adam,
Yeah.
if you were able, I can't come to the session 4, but I would love to go the DAO community building from scratch. If you could switch with how to explain trusted seed to non-Web3 peeps, like if you
I'm
switch
okay.
that,
For sure.
then I could go to that one.
Awesome. Exciting. Thank you, Griff.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Yeah, the next card is like one of my client work, you can say, is connected with like developing one of the new blockchains. I can share more details in this session, but I thought like in general, it would be interesting to discuss, like if there's a new platform, new blockchain or whatever, how do you bring something like $1 billion under some DAO or distributed governance structure there? What would be the ideas? Yeah, legally bound is meant that they like are established as like legally recognized And this is one of the key points there, that they even have the dispute resolution attached to it. But I'll share more in the session. If you like, please join and I'll share more with you. Then there's one, can we manage privacy with DAO from DAO? Or would you like to say something about it? I know you prefer, you prefer it maybe in text, but yeah, also it's interesting. Like this kind of room will be created like for just free discussions and without specific topic, maybe some well-being things. But if you don't mind, maybe I can move it somewhere to the streams here. Concerns about the concentration of power validators, let me maybe add it to as a comment for the reference. And there's one from LWK. Does not location make network vulnerable? LWK, would you like to? Yeah, you mean you want to maybe have it somewhere here? Is the same, right? Is it matched together? Can we make it as the same thing? Yeah, censorship. Okay. Any last minute ideas? What to put on the agenda? Then, well, my initial observation is that there are some topics connected with the trusted seed that we might maybe want to align, so we can, just go one by one and keep the same context. And one is connected with general, from AI to privacy to the building communities. I'm again a bit cautious that you should be able to be in the same time, but do you see that we should form those streams, or should we keep it as is, in separate streams? I'm thinking maybe, doing something maybe, yeah. Maybe like this. And yeah, that might be. Please feel free to intervene into this planning. Please check for the conflicts if everything is right, if you can do it, if you see some improvements. Also during our sessions, sometimes what happened is people I'll still open the third room, and maybe some people will have more ideas just on the go. There was, from the last session, there was this proposal, okay, but if you want to continue the conversation, but the next topic starts, and this is trouble. You can always, kind of direct it and continue with the group you want in the separate streams. But yeah, let's read one more time. So the stream connected most trusted seed is about the experience so far, and the report we can make out of it, the strategy, some brainstorming, and some how to explain trusted seed to non-Web3 peers. And the other room, which is B, is about participatory AI, building Web 2 with Web 3, community building from scratch, and managing the privacy. Seems right. Can we then slowly go into those rooms? You ready? Okay. So I'm opening up. We're starting a bit ahead of schedule, but then it means that we'll have a bit more time, so you can navigate. That I don't know which time zone you started, but it's basically from the start, from time 0. So we're 8 minutes ahead of schedule, but then we have time till 35. It's okay, if you would have not so clear boundaries. It's we have our principles of the Unconference. which basically like whoever comes are the right people. When it starts, it starts. When it ends, it ends. You know, let's keep up the good vibes. Like if you see that it's not the right session for you, feel free to join other session, propose new things. We can use chat for that. So any final question?
Yes. So how would I find the room B?
Yeah, I'll open them now in the Zoom. That would be self-assigned. So you would need to click somewhere like under like on your Zoom panel, join breakout room. That should have some notification. I can also manually, if you would have troubles, I can manually move you to the room. But everybody should have ability to switch between the rooms.
Okay.
Okay, it's opening now. Yeah.
And what if nobody shows up?
Then just feel free to join the other session.
All right.
Okay.
I will show up.
Okay. Yeah, room's opened. Feel free to join.
And George thought no one was going to show up.
Yeah. Ready. AI.
Right?
Hello.
Hey.
This is such a good surprise that I don't have to stay alone, although even, I've been participating and facilitating many open space, and I always tell the people, if nobody shows up, well, then of course we can join another session, but it's also a good opportunity to go into kind of meditation, contemplation about your topic, how like brainstorming oneself, how deeply, what are the deepest questions, what are the most important questions. Of course, it's more fun when I'm not alone, so why don't we start with introducing ourselves with the including the question that what brought you here? What is the question that is the most alive for you about the topic of participatory AI put in service of our collective intelligence and wisdom for creating a better future for all? What is the question that you want to explore? And also, of course, tell something about yourself.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay. My name is Adam Boyle. I'm here to learn about a whole bunch of things. I'm working with some friends of mine on a DAO. We're focused on outer space. But what this question really speaks to me, or what I'm most interested in, is sort of the wisdom part, the making wise decisions, either in your day-to-day life or any big decisions you have. How to use the collective wisdom of, possibly humanity, to make sure you don't make mistakes. I think that's really interesting.
Lovely. Thank you.
My name is Robin. I've already introduced myself twice for you, George. So I'll skip the introduction. Super excited about this question. I think just the question you asked, it resonates strongly in me, which is kind of like the excitement of how to collaborate with technology in a more profound way to have a greater impact, a greater system impact. I'm personally very passionate about the question like how can you kind of like solve and reach the global sustainability development goals. So how to leverage technology to get past where we want, basically. Yeah, there. It's just like for me, the whole topic of AI is kind of like a big, exciting mystery box potential, and of course a lot of dilemmas and questions. But excited to be here.
Thank you. So what I'm trying to do is also capture what you guys are saying, because we have a Google Doc where we can document. I will put the chat, the URL of the Google Doc. Because I can't type as fast as you speak, but everything that is what you guys are saying is important, because it's the beginning of our collective intelligence, because the intelligence is not having all the answers, but having a good look at each other's questions. So if Adam, if you can update, yes, you are already doing it. Thank you so much. And also, Robin, if you could complete in the Google Doc what you were talking about. And Ines, how do you pronounce your name?
Sorry, my name is Ine. So yes, I think you pronounced it well, very well. So.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you can
Where
call
are
me
you
Yine.
from?
It is shorter and easier. Yine.
How do you say it? How do you say it in the short form?
Yine.
Yine.
Uh-huh,
Yine.
yes. Well, I'm part of the Trusted Seed team. I'm one of the gardeners there. I'm from Venezuela, and I'm really happy of seeing you here, George, because actually I invited you especially to join us. So I'm really happy that you are here hosting this session. So thank you so much. It is a really interesting topic, very deep indeed. And I haven't considered that intelligence artificial AI, let's say AI, it is something that we could take advantage of for right design or future. So it is yeah, why not? It is a very good tool for that, for doing that. Thank you.
Could you put some words following your name in the Google Doc?
Yes.
How not to make mistakes. Oh, hello, Roman.
Hi, George. Happy to be here. Hello, everyone.
Roman,
Hey,
what language do you speak besides English?
Well, I speak German, Portuguese, Spanish. I learned a little bit of my mother tongue is Malayalam from the south of India. Yeah.
So you are indeed an embodiment of collective intelligence.
Well, if you really ask me, I don't even speak one language right, you know, so I don't know if it's collective intelligence or it can also be collective ignorance, you know, when you're spreading yourself thin across a lot of different modalities. However, I have a passion to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm primarily here to learn. I'm passionate about the intersection between philosophy and technology. And I believe that I'm not an activist. I believe that the world is exactly working the way it should, even if it's working wrong. It's just a matter of changing the underlying systems to get it to work right. And the underlying systems has led us here we made incredible technological progress, and here we are. We have AI. What can we take from this and bring back to who we truly are? And help. Well, use it to help us come back to who we truly are, or enhance who we are. So how can we use technology for good? And there's no incredible technology out there today as incredible as AI and where AI is going. So really looking forward to this discussion and hearing from everyone your thoughts on how we can actually turn this to the collective good that George is talking about.
Well, I resonate a lot with your question about how can we use AI to understand better who we are, and also what Robin was talking about. No, it was Adam who how not to make mistakes in our daily life or in important life decisions. What AI can do about it. So I've been playing with a couple of AIs, asking questions that are important for my life. And I just want to share with you a story, just one real life anecdote that happened in a conversation between an AI, the popular ChatGPT, and myself, because we know that AI can collect all the information because it's built on huge language models, and then in response to our prompt, it's pulled together using various algorithms. It pulled together the best answer that it can find in the web-based representation of humankind collective intellect. So that's a lot of information. But what can it know about something more personal, something that affects my life, something that is important for us to make right decisions individually and collectively? So I was curious of that, and I put a prompt in it in the ChatGPT window, asking what would it take for a person to leave a positive legacy. Obviously, I'm interested in this question because I'm in the third age of my life, and I would like to leave the world in a little bit better space than it was when I came into it, or where how we are now, with all the global crisis and war and unnecessary man-made suffering. So I would like to make a little contribution to change that, and but I don't have a hell of a lot of life ahead of me, like you guys with the modern biotechnologies and medical science. You can easily live 120, creating meaningful contributions. For me, it's a little bit less. So I asked the AI, what do you think? What can I do for leave a positive legacy? And to my surprise, it gave very meaningful answers to a deeply personal question. So that was just an example that if you know how to ask the AI, and that's the art and science of prompt engineering, then you can get important insights, advice to your life issues. And of course, the participatory part of the AI is when we stop thinking just a dialogue between AI and one person. What I am more interested in is how AI can empower our collective intelligence and collective wisdom. And that's why I started exploring what is participatory AI, what is hybrid intelligence. So hybrid intelligence means that it's not AI pitted against human intelligence, but how we can combine our intelligence. And there's a whole literature and research on hybrid intelligence. And these are the things that I am trying to combine into something like an action framework for generative action research by a collaborative action research, because the field is much bigger than I can handle, I can explore by myself. So I'm looking for co-conspirators, and I'm very much at the beginning of my research, but I already posted I documented my first experiments with AI, and what did I learn from it? Presently, it is at a website called ResearchGate, which is the website of all academic papers, but I just learned that it's only visible those who are registered members. So if you don't have access ResearchGate, then I will post it on Medium or on the website of my research organization. The name of it is Future Call. I put in the chat. So that's the URL of my site, and it's the report, my work about participatory AI is not there yet, but I plan to post it in the next couple of days. Now I stop talking so that you can ask questions or just share your insight, your feedback. What do you think about what I just said? How does it relate to your interest, and how can I be of service to you?
George, I just want to add one point here. Wait, hold on. Did Natalie speak yet, or no?
I didn't speak yet, but I'm making another cup of coffee. So feel free to carry on. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, George, I love what you shared so far. It's also deeply personal. So really appreciate how you presented that.
Thank you.
Yes, that's all from my end.
I've been doing some research on prompt design as well. There's some sort of technical background to all these AI systems, and there's a lot of intricacies and there's trial by error, but I am slowly but surely finding communities that are, building tips, best practices specifically. So I'll share that in the Google Doc, but the main one really is Reddit has a place called R Prompt Design. that is really cool. And like you're saying, if we learn how to interact with them, with these new tools, you can really get the most out of it.
Yes, I am also on Reddit. Thank you for sharing that. And I collected maybe a half a dozen pretty good resources about prompt design. So if you put your email address in the chat, I will send you what I have, and I would love to talk with you more in depth about all this, particularly anything related to community of practice and best practices of prompt design, because prompt design is really the critical issue nowadays. It's translating our ideas and insights and questions into articulation that the AI can understand, so that it can bring us its best knowledge in the conversation. And another aspect of the collective intelligence and collective wisdom guiding the AI research is that because I think that you asked about the wisdom part. What does that come into play? Well, really, it's combined with prompt design, because it's one thing that I try to come up with the best prompt that I can for my individual inquiry. And it's a totally different ballgame and more exciting when a community, let's say a decentralized autonomous organization, is engaged in inquiry, in a research essential to the viability of the community. And then somebody says that, hey guys, I've been playing with this and that AI, and I think that they are too smart. Maybe they can give us a clue, share what they know. But therefore then, the community needs to come up with the right prompt. And what is the right prompt? Well, that's where wisdom is becoming something interesting to pay attention to. What is wisdom? We used to think of it, all wise man is, or woman, it's the age thing. Well, it's not as much an age thing. It's more like, I would say that a person or an advice, a book, anything is wiser if it or he or she can embrace a broader segment of reality. If we can see into larger pictures and longer time frames, then we have a chance for wiser approach to anything. And so in the community, if people access their collective wisdom and they articulate the prompt from that broader reality that they can see, like what would be the implication of this or that decision, taking into account that none of our problems, none of our challenges in the community or larger systems can be resolved directly focusing on that particular issue, because everything is related. So one of my favorite thinkers, Nora Bateson, is talking about transcontextual mutual learning, learning from each other in the different context in which we operate. And then again, we can bring more wisdom to our prompt engineering. Does it make sense what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Oh, Natalie, you just put a good link there. Thank you so much. So I don't see Natalie on the screen, but it looks like
You don't want to see me making coffee. I'm over here clumsy. Yeah, it's I have to check with the recent Clubhouse room because they'll stay open for like 24 hours and then everybody will fall asleep on Clubhouse and then somehow the room will get closed. And so so they have an ongoing room on Clubhouse. It's an app where it's just voice chat. And so they've been running this room for the last week or so straight and having running experiments, having conversations around, I mean, everything that you can think of related to AI and collective intelligence to spaceships and aliens at 3 o'clock in the morning as it devolves, as everybody goes to sleep. And so you have people from across the globe that are running these experiments, jailbreaking ChatGPT and figuring out how to maneuver in and around it. And actually incredibly the richest conversations I've heard on Clubhouse since I've been on there for the last 2 years. And so the document I warn you is like 155 pages long of people's experiments and thoughts and links and all the things. And so, but if you have Clubhouse, I would urge you to join the conversation, but not at 3 o'clock in the morning California time. So
that's awesome. Well, clearly on this in this session, we won't have time to address all the juicy stuff that we are interested in, but I offer to be a point person to connect those who put their email address in the chat window. I will send you a message, maybe as simple as starting with a mailing list, just 3-4 people, whoever is interested, and then exchange notes about how we want to continue this exploration, start sharing resources. Like I have in the last 2 months, basically, I've been working full time on just trying to stay up to date with what are the most important AI projects, initiatives, most important from the perspective of social evolution. And it looks like that each of us has a piece of the puzzle. Each of us knows something. None of us knows everything, but each of us knows something. And because my middle name is George Collective Intelligence Pór, so that's my passion for combining what each of us knows into something that can answer also things that we don't know yet. And then even more important than what we know is what we don't know. What we don't know, and we are passionate about to find out, because it is our best questions. The questions that are the most alive for us. That's what will drive our collective evolution forward. So in our Google Doc, before you, I don't know how much time we have on this call left, but before we leave, it would be good if you would post there what is the best articulation of the question that you would like to explore further. So Natalie, you don't have access to the chat window?
Oh, I'm in the chat right now.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, yeah. I also, I don't know whether I mentioned that I'm the founder and the director of research at Future Hall, which is a center of action research for regenerative futures. And this research that I mentioned, we are in the early stage of building out the hybrid research team. Hybrid because half of the team will be AI agents, other half human agents, and we are open to work with people as research associates, people who are interested in these topics. You don't have to have a background in AI, just the passion for creating something socially useful for it. So you also have my email. I don't know whether I put it there, but I just put it there now. And drop me a line if you also want to talk about the research project at Future Hall. Lots of good stuff. Yeah. Well, I don't try to answer those questions now, but I can give you just the top of my head first impressions, like do these AIs have enough previous information experience from the past 20 years of the internet to infer everything else humanity could ever come up with or think, create, right? That's such a rich question because it really goes to the heart of the synergy between AI and humans. And when I say synergy, I mean not only collaboration, because, okay, we can do that, but synergy comes from understanding what are the best capabilities, what are the strengths and weaknesses of each player. In this case, what are the strengths and weaknesses of human intelligence and the AI intelligence, and then combine their strength to compensate for their weaknesses. Like that question, I don't know who asked this. Adam, was it you who asked that question?
Yeah.
About, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So the second half of the question, to infer everything else humanity could ever come up with or think or create, right? Well, it's the could ever come up with is that I don't think that AI in its current stage of development could do. Maybe, but it's a big maybe, AGI, the artificial general intelligence. When some people think when the synchronicity is coming, then we may have such machine intelligence that various combinatory algorithms will generate lots of imagination, when AI will have intuition and imagination about what humanity could ever come up with. Even so, I think that humans have, that's more of our strength, the having imagination and intuition, and also values and what we care for, that's a uniquely human thing. But we certainly cannot summarize all the previous information and recorded experience as well as AI can. So that's where the synergy can be engineered. And maybe there will be a new breed of professionals besides prompt engineers, also synergy engineers, playing on the best affordances of AI and the best qualities of individual and collective human entities. I would like to stay around long enough to see and have some strategic learning conversations with the first synergy engineers, the people who are synergy facilitators, the people who feel their calling to facilitate the synergy of human and machine intelligence. If you ever come across somebody who is interested in these new possibilities to become a synergy engineer, please do put him or her in touch with me, because I've been thinking a lot about it, and it's big time for me to stop thinking by myself and find and connect with people to exchange and think together, because I can evolve only through thinking together. I am because you are, as they say in Africa, but I tend to expand the meaning of Ubuntu. I am because you are, where the you is not only another human, but a you is the AI. So I asked a couple of AIs, how would you interpret? I asked the AI, how would you interpret if I would tell you that I am because you, the AI, is? How would you interpret that? What would that mean to you? And I can't summarize it because the answers were so rich, so amazing. So the AI is teaching me about the meaning of Ubuntu expanded to include I am because you are AIs. Quite amazing story. I think I tweeted about it. So I will make a note to myself to send you that tweet where I put a screenshot of the AI's response to this question. So we have to go back to the main room soon. Anything else that you would want to say?
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and this work. And yeah, super exciting topic. I think this conversation made me think about like a classical like Albert Einstein quote, like if you had 1 hour to solve a problem, he would spend the first 55 minutes finding the right question. And that's kind of
Yes.
like what I'm thinking about, like we have this powerful new technology. How do we ask the right questions? So thank you for this whole session. It was super inspiring.
Thank you for showing up. Very
Thank you, George.
inspiring.
Yeah, I also echo what Robin just said. Thank you so much for sharing with us, George.
Yep. Thank you so much.
So I saved the chat. Don't forget to save the chat where we have all these addresses. Links.
Yeah, maybe we can just maybe I'll just copy the whole chat into the Google document, just so we have it.
What did you say?
Please.
I'll just copy the whole chat into the Google document, so we have it in the document.
Oh yes, that's also good.
Yeah. There we go. You see.
So expect an email message from me later in a couple of hours, following up on some of the topics that we touched on.
Yeah.
And looking forward to connect with each of you again.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Likewise.
I will have to leave now, but see you soon. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Well, we have like 15 minutes
Yeah.
to grab a cup of coffee or something,
Yeah.
and then we can come back with a romance session, right?
Yes, thank you, Yuli.
Okay.